Hi there. In an earlier video, I shared about the Japanese concept of ikigai, which literally translates into reason for being. In other words, your life's purpose. And the reason we were looking at it earlier was I was talking about blue zones in Okinawa, Japan, where people there tend to live longer than anyone else on the planet. And the reason is ikigai. They have a reason, a purpose in life. Hi, I'm Sally, and this is my Act to Joy. I am an empty nester on a joy-filled journey, and I'm hoping to take a lot of people along with me. Anyway, getting back to this concept of life purpose. I don't know about you, but for me, thinking about a life's purpose has always been a struggle. I've never really landed on what my life, my career, that North Star of being was for me. It's always been a real challenge. However, my sister, who, since I swear the day she was born, always knew she wanted to be a teacher. And that was her life purpose, her North Star that has guided her throughout her life, throughout her career. She's very happy about that. I, on the other hand, I knew I had a good mind. I knew I had a pleasing personality. I have an extensive collection of personality and aptitude tests. I think I've done the majority of them. I've done Myers-Briggs, I've done DISC, I've done MAP, M-A-P-P, I have done Strength Finder. I just have done them all. And I never really felt like I hit the mark with any of it. I got close. I could sense that, it was in some realm. However, ironically, it seemed that oftentimes with these assessments, it showed that I was an artist, which is almost laughable because I personally have no artistic ability whatsoever. I cannot sing. I am not visual in any way, shape, or form. Like, that is the last thing I think I could ever be. I could never develop the skill set or the talent enough to make that a reality for myself. So I got close. I became an arts administrator, which was very gratifying, but it really didn't hit the mark. So today I'm going to share 2 secrets to finding purpose. And the first secret to unlocking your purpose is to understand what it is that you feel the world needs. What does the world need? What does the world need to learn? What does the world need to understand? And that will take you a bit closer to finding your purpose. It gets you out of what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And gets you focused on, oh, this is what I believe. This is my inner why. I am doing what I'm doing because the world needs me or needs to understand or needs to learn. I need to impact the world in this way, which if you've ever watched the TED Talk of Simon Sinek, and he talks about why, it's very insightful. He uses a business concept, but if you look at it from an individual concept, taking your inner why, what it is you believe, and how you do what you do, and then what is your job, that's a really good way of also looking at your purpose. All right. So now that I've shared my challenges with figuring out what it is I'm supposed to do, now I'm going to share with you the second key to unlocking purpose. We've looked at sort of this world view. Now I want to take you to the inner world. What it is that you have struggled with. What are the challenges that your life has presented you with? Just really digging deep and getting honest about what obstacles you have overcome, because those very obstacles are the opportunities to serve others. And that's the second key. Looking at your obstacles as opportunities of what it is or who it is you need to serve. Recently, I met a woman who she's a peer counselor for an organization that helps serve and provide resources for women who are trafficked, women who are living on the street. And the reason she is uniquely qualified to do that is she herself came from that background, from that history. That was her story. So who better to serve those women and those people who have been trafficked better than a woman who has had that as her lived experience? And going back to my sister, whom I was a little bit envious of, who, you know, always knew she wanted to be a teacher, she wasn't without her struggles. Honestly, when she was in middle school, my sister had absolutely the worst case of acne I have ever seen. Her life could not have been easy, honestly. Her deepest struggle was that experience. And that all kind of came about in middle school. And as a young person, I cannot imagine how difficult that was for her. But that was her obstacle. That was her challenge in life, or one of them. But that was a really huge one. And my sister is also very resilient. And she took that challenge in her life and she made it her life's purpose. So not only did she have teaching, she decided that she had to teach those children in middle school when things are just on the precipice of being very unsettling and they may not be comfortable with who they are or what they're about. And she has been there for them for over 30 years. And that really impacts her life purpose. So again, that has to do with the obstacles that you have overcome. So let me recap the two keys to unlocking your purpose. The first one is really thinking about what the world needs from you, what they need to learn, what they need, and then looking inwardly and unlocking key number two is what makes you uniquely qualified to serve the world in that way. And that is something that none of the other assessments that I shared with you really even touch on. However, I have recently discovered a resource that does look at more that worldview and obstacles and really pulls it all together and packages it well. And interestingly enough, it is called the Purpose Factor. And I recently took it. It was under 20 minutes. It set me back a little under $50, but I felt like it was a really worthwhile resource. And the other source that I want to share with you is Udemy. I don't know if any of you have heard of Udemy. It's a wealth of courses and learning opportunities. And there is a course there by Dr. Anthony Dahlman Jones that talks about finding your life purpose in 30 minutes. And while it is more hands-on, more of a DIY process, because you don't come up with, he asks you questions and they're rather broad, and then you have to go through his system to sort of whittle it down into your purpose statement. But I found it very valuable, and it too is well under $50. And it's a great resource. And I have to share that I in no way am reimbursed by either one of those resources. So these are just my honest to goodness recommendations to help serve you, to help you get more clarity in finding your life purpose. And of course, my philosophy is you take what you get from the outside, and what resonates with you, hold on to, and what doesn't resonate with you, after some deep exploration, let it go. It's you. You know who you are, and just this sort of shortcuts all of it to help you get to it a little bit quicker. So I hope this video has served you well. I hope that you join me on my next journey. And thanks for joining me